Hello, everyone. Welcome to our demo lesson. Today, we are going to talk about natural disasters and study some vocabulary on that topic. I would like to thank you, everyone, for finding time joining us here today. I hope that the next hour will be useful for you and you will get new ideas, new knowledge, and become more confident student or a teacher. So I guess we can start, and while others will join us, they will just join what we are doing. Let me first introduce myself. My name is Diana Galavany. I'm an LT consultant for National Geographic Learning in Ukraine. And today we are having demo lesson based on the book. You can see this book on the right. It's called Close Up. I know that lots of teachers like this book, use it, and I hope that you also will find the material from Close Up useful. So some things that we need in order to organize our work today. First of all, you need to prepare your mobile phones. Or if you watch the webinar from the mobile, I think maybe you have the tab or something that you can use in order to complete some tasks. If you have your laptop only, not a problem. You can always use the links and do it in the next tab. If you work from your phone, I guess that maybe you can try to open a new tab and try this and then try activities in new tab. Today we are not going to have many of them, but anyway, there will be, and you will need to find them useful. Well, this is the navigation. The only way to chat with me in this on that platform is that question mark that you can see on the right. If you press it, you will see the box, and you can write me the message. I can read the messages, however, nobody else can. That's why only it's just me who see your comments. So if you're a student, don't be afraid. Nobody will see what you are writing. It's just for me to understand that you understand the situation, you understand the language and everything. Let's try. I see that lots of people already write me something. Let's check. If you haven't done it yet, please write to me. If you are a teacher or a student, and where are you from? I'm always interested in the geography of our lesson. Hello, hello everyone. So we have teachers from Kiev. Nice. Glad to see familiar names. That's wonderful. All right. We also have students from Zaporizhia. Welcome. Kharkiv region, Lviv, Lugansk. Great. Zaporizhia as well. Mirnograd, Sumy, Poltava, Kiev again. School number 7, hello. Yeah, I'm a student from Ukraine. Nice, Sergey, nice to meet you. Where exactly from Ukraine? Lviv, Dnipro, great. So today we really have a big, like wide geography. Dnipro, Mirgorod, great. A teacher from Kryvyi Rih, Donetsk region. Vinnytsia, nice. Again, Kharkiv, Kryvyi Rih, Kropivnitsky, Veroslav, Great. So are you teachers or students? So I saw some students and mostly teachers. Each time the situation is different. Sometimes we have 50-50. Sometimes we have maybe more teachers. Sometimes we have much more teachers. So anyway, that's very interesting. Who is interested in my task, in my work, and if it is really useful for you. Great. Thank you very much for your introductions. And let's move on. Let's start. Oh, just a second. I'm very sorry. Okay. So again, today we are going to talk about weather and if you some natural disasters. So if you see these pictures, what can you see in each picture? What do they have in common, actually? Are there any picture that are very difficult to understand what they want to suggest? So now I'm ready to read your answers. Wow, so many teachers here today with us. So that would be a nice revision, but for students also, please take part, type the answers to me. They are all showing natural disasters, natural problems, weather conditions. All right. What about this number 4? Any ideas what this can mean? How is this connected to the weather? Wonderful. Thank you for all your answers. All right, now this is the we're gonna drought. Right. Thank you, Anna. Disasters around the world. Famine. That's right. So thank you very much. I guess that all of you get the idea. That's right. They show different natural disasters. And now let's match the words that you can see on your right with the pictures. So you can write me just a number and letter, for example, 1A, etc. So take your time, please, and write me in the question box the answers. I have already seen your answers, so let's wait for some more people. Thank you. Good. Thank you very much. And let's check the answers. So we have 1A. This is drought, where there is no rain. Next one is 2E, landslide. Then we have hurricane. Then famine. This is C for picture C, famine, where when people have nothing to eat, they suffer from hunger, so we can call it famine. Then that is a tidal wave and earthquake, right? Tidal wave can be caused by some atmospheric processes, right? Or because of the land that moved underwater. Well done, thank you very much. Now let's check your memory if you are if you can name all the pictures actually. So picture 1, this is, have a look at them. Can you recall all of them? So for number 1, you don't need to write me, just for you to speak. So just speak in front of the screen. So number 1, this is drought. Number 2, landslide. What about number 5? Tidal wave. Number 3, hurricane. Number 6, earthquake. And number 4, famine. Well, good. Now have a look at my sentences. There are 2 words from the picture that should be put in the gaps. Please read the sentences and write to me what the words are. Thank you very much for your answers. So there are 2 words from the pictures that can be put in the gap. For number 1, so the first sentence, and for the second sentence, what are they? All right, thank you for answers. Let's check. They say there was a landslide 17 kilometers away. It happened because of heavy rains. So this is picture 2, yeah, landslide, when the land slides actually. And okay, good. Now next exercise, but this exercise, I guess that we will make it in the form of a poll. Are you ready? You need to answer the questions. So we will do it one by one. The eye of the hurricane, its center or its peak? Let's say that we will have about 1 minute for each, so more of you would be able to answer, but be quick because we have 6 questions. All right. Thanks. So I'm going to close this poll now. Let's have a look at what answers you see. So most of you think that eye of the hurricane is its center, and that's right. If you look at the hurricane from space, you will see that in the middle it has a little hole. It is called the eye of the hurricane, so is its center. All right, thank you. Next one, about the Richter scale. What does it measure? Again, you have 1 minute to answer the question. The intensity of an earthquake or the height of a tidal wave? I guess that Lots of you have heard about this scale, Richter scale. That's why we will get all right. Thank you for being active. I see that lots of people have voted or having a part in our lesson. It's important to be active because if you want to study something, you have to try it with yourself. Just listening isn't as effective as doing it. So be active, join us, and have fun. Excellent. All right. So now I'm going to close the poll, share the results with you. So 80% of you think that this is the intensity of an earthquake. And you're right. That is the correct answer. Well done. So the Richter scale measures the intensity of an earthquake. How hard is the is the earthquake? Well done. Let's move on. Let's move to the hailstones. Do you know this word, or is it new for you? Small balls of lava or small balls of ice. When you hear hail, very interesting. The results are changing each second, I would say. Those two scales are just jumping up and down. I'm going to show you the result in a second, in 15 seconds. So when we hear the word hail, what it means. When does it usually hail? All right, so now I'm going to close the poll and share the results with you. So here today, 79% think that is the small balls of ice, and you are right. So hailstones, these are these balls of ice that can be seen in spring, in summer, usually in our country, at least. Well done. So 3 more to go. Fault lines. Fault lines are to blame for. It means we can see them because of what is the reason for fault lines: wildfires or earthquakes. I guess that this one is the new word for you. And when we finish all the polls, I'm going to show you the picture of this. We are doing this activity not to check your knowledge, but from one hand to check your knowledge, but also to help you become active learners. If I just, or a teacher just says to you what the word means, you can remember it or you can forget it. The chances are pretty the same. But if you are active, if you put your thought into it, if you try to understand, that means that you are more active and you will be much more much more chance that you will remember that. So here we see that the answers are almost 50-50. 45% of you think, now you will see that 45% of you think that these are because of wildfires, and 46 because of earthquakes, and now 46% are right, actually. That are the earthquakes. So after that, you can see these breaks in the land. So these are the fault lines. Well done. Anyway, thanks for trying. Thanks for answering. Now, magnitude. When you hear about the magnitude of tsunami, for example, or of the earthquake, does it mean its size or its width? Width goes from the word wide, and something can be wide, like the road can be wide or narrow. Magnitude, so when we hear very interesting. I'm not sure why. Probably when I was preparing the webinar, I made a little mistake, so probably you will see the wrong answer. But anyway, we will look through the answers on my next slide, the correct answers. Well, thank you. Now 1 minute has left. I'm going to show you. So the answer is the correct answer, and most of you are correct. This is A. A is its great size. So you are correct here. Well done. And the last one, aftershocks. Let's try. If you are feeling aftershocks, you have just survived a hurricane or a strong earthquake. Aftershocks. What is it for? All right. 15 more seconds and we are going to see the results. This word sounds familiar to you. Well done. All right. Thank you. So let's finish voting and let's have a look. Yeah, you are feeling aftershocks after a strong earthquake. So there was an earthquake, but after that there started some more shakes of the ground. It means the aftershocks. Well done, thank you very much for being active. And I guess that we can, and I think that we can, again, just recall everything. So again, the eye of the hurricane is its center. The Richter scale measures the intensity of an earthquake. Hailstones are small balls of ice. Fault lines are blamed for earthquakes. The magnitude is something the magnitude of something is its great size. If you are feeling aftershocks, you have just experienced a strong earthquake. Well done. Now, do you remember what this word means? That one was the familiar for you, actually. Yeah, you're right. They are the hailstones, right? This was actually quite a big hail. Well done. Okay. Yeah, right, hail. Next one. This is, now you know how to call this line that happens after. What can you see in the picture now? So it happened after the earthquake. So this is the fault line. Remember, let's have a look again at this word. The fault line, yeah, are to blame for earthquakes. That is it. That is how it looks, and now you know how it is called. And the last one, yeah, that is a photo of the hurricane somewhere from the satellite, I guess. So in the middle there is the center of the hurricane, and we call it an eye on the hurricane, right? All right, so many answers here. Thank you very much for your activeness, and I invite all other participants, students, and teachers to write to me to practice. That's how we remember, that's how we study actually. All right, well, yes, that's true. Now let's have a bit of discussion. Do you think there is nothing we can do to stop natural disasters? Why or why not? For this activity, I would like to collect your ideas, but I need to use another application. If you have visited my lessons, I guess that you already know it. If you're new, you'd be happy to see how it's easy to organize discussion when you can't see the people, when you can't hear the people, but you want to communicate with them. So I would ask you now to take your mobile phones. Now this is the time actually, and we go to one of my favorite apps that is called Multimeter. Right, I'm just explaining you what to do. You need your mobile phone, or you can open the new tab if you are from your laptop or from your computer. You go to this site, menti.com. I'm putting the yellow rectangle around it, menti.com. Once you are there, you need to enter the code. I will do the same. Let's join. So you need to open any browser, to write the menti.com, and to have a little game with me. You enter the code. So that is a question without the correct answer. These are just your ideas. What do you think? Do you think that there is nothing we can do to stop natural disasters? You think that I do, it means nothing we can change? I don't agree with the statement. There is something we can do to stop natural disasters. So we can see that the results are a bit different, right? Some of you believe that this is in our forces to stop natural disasters, or maybe to minimize them. Others believe that everything is just the nature, and we just have to accept it as it is. Okay. So I know that way much more people are watching my webinar, so I invite you to join us to practice this application. While we are waiting for others, I have a question to those teachers who have already visited my demo lessons before. Have you ever tried this Multimeter tool with your students? If yes, does it work for you? Does it work for your students? If no, would you like to try it? Why I like it? First of all, because of this communication. And another thing is because I am the one who can control this presentation. So before I move the next slide, nobody will look at it, right? So thank you for your votes. Now I see that more and more people are joining us. That's wonderful. And I guess that you can see the results actually on the at the screen, on the screen. So most of you believe that we can do something or we can't do something. Some of you think that we can't do anything. Well done. Now, do you think that there is nothing we can do to stop natural disasters? In this, now you have a short answer. Now you don't answer yes or no. Now you explain your point, why or why not, right? So if you thought yes, why? Yeah, why there is nothing we can do? It's just the nature. We can't control it, right? Or yes, we can. We can stop it by doing something, by creating something. So any of your ideas are welcomed here. And this is I'd like to try. Now I'm reading your comments about my question about Multimeter. It's really cool. Thank you. Yes, I agree with you. I'd like to thanks. Yeah, that is nice for teenagers, for all the students. That's really great. I haven't tried it yet, but I would really like to. Of course, you have to. It's very easy to make, to create, and you can use it several times with your students, and maybe with your teachers when you have some teachers meeting online now. We can care about Earth, yes, but in what way? Because we can't control natural disasters, but we try to do it. We can warn people of danger and be careful. Yeah, that must be a responsible government. We can't control, and why? People should be more eco-friendly, recycle, use less fuel. Yeah, yes. So there is a investigation that because of these climate changes, the weather is becoming more and more severe. The conditions are getting worse. That's why we can change our habits, right? We can change maybe the way we treat our Earth, and then we'll get much better conditions to live. All disasters are caused by people's activity, right? We can stop the effect of natural disasters by changing our way of farming. That's an interesting point. We can stop them, some of them, by stopping deforestation. Yes, good idea. I agree. Yes, we can do some things to stop natural disasters, such as throwing rubbish in different recycling bins, putting off the fires when going out the forest. That's right. So we need to start from little from ourselves, at least, yeah, and it can stop a lot of disasters. I don't think so, because we can try to reduce the amount of greenhouse gases, change the use of plastic and other substances. Yes, so that's like, yeah, that's our planet. We have to look after it. Everything is in our hands, right? In what way? We need to less pollute our environment. I believe people should use environmental friendly resources, so we have to control the amount of resources used. That's right. Again, it all starts from ourselves, from our understanding of the situation from maybe from our families, right? So we are able to behave to grow this next generation that will be more aware of the situation, of how should we live, right? Okay. All right, I also have some comments here in our chat, not only in Mentimeter. We must plant trees, do not use aerosol. That's right. Thank you. Well done. Thank you for your great discussion and for your ideas. I really appreciate your being active. Well, so I guess that now we can pause it for just a second. I just need to, okay. I need 1 second to, first of all, to erase all my drawings. Can control disasters, but all right. And okay, so I've stopped it, but we will come back to it a bit later. Well done. So now I suggest we have a look at some phrases that or expressions that have weather words in them. They are not all about the weather. They are not about the weather, I would say. But these are some expressions that people can use to talk about different situations. For example, we can say for number 1, to be in deep, the answer would be D, to be in deep water. Again, just basing on your own experience and maybe of your feelings, how you would match these columns. I accept all your answers in our chat box. And I have some questions about Mentimeter. Does it work only in English? No, you can write if there are any questions in any language. Maybe you need to check if you can change the settings. Is it a free app? It has free subscription. So the very basic are free. You are limited in number of slides and number of activities you can do, but anyway, it's quite enough for a good lesson. So it both free and also you can subscribe for some plans to have more advanced options. And now I see that lots of you are already writing me your answers. Well done. Okay, now let's check. So to be in a deep water, 1D, a ray of sunshine, as fast as lightning, to have your head in the clouds, to be down to earth, to feel under the weather, to throw caution to the wind. To go down to storm. Now, these are the phrases. They don't mean literally what you can read here. So when you say be in a deep water, it doesn't mean that now we are in the water. It means something else. Let's have a look at the sentences that explain the meaning of each phrase and decide. You don't need to write it to me if it's not convenient for you now. You can use just your notes on your phone or maybe a pen and a notepad and think in what, how you would put these phrases. When you do something without caring about the consequences, sometimes you need to change the form, or you don't need all the words. That's why like, be careful about the language. I guess that we will do it. So, okay, let's do it like this. You have 1 more minute to look through the questions, through the answers, and then we will look at the correct ones. Okay. So I have the last question. The person with their heads in clouds is not thinking realistically, right? So if you have your heads in clouds, you are dreamer probably, right? Throw caution to the wind. Yeah. So you are careless. You throw caution to the wind. Number 2, what do you think the correct answer would be? If a person is described as they are sensible and practical, down to earth, right? What about you? Are you down to earth? Are you always down to earth? In what situations you are not like that? Great. Next one. When something happens as fast as lightning, it happens very fast, right? So this is the expression, you can be as fast as lightning. It's quite understandable, right? Something which makes you feel happier. This is a ray of sunshine, right? And it could be, it could have like both meanings, and literal and figurative. If you are in a deep water, you're in big trouble, right? Very nice expression, I would say. When something goes down to storm, it's a huge success with many people. If you feel under the weather, you're a bit ill, right? To be under the weather means a bit ill. All right. So these are the expressions. Now, let's put them into columns. Which of them have positive meaning? Which of them have negative meaning? And which of them, there is no column for this, but which of them are neutral? What do you think? For example, throw caution to the wind. Is it good to do that? Is it not good to do that? What do you think? Some of you write negative. That's right. If a person down to earth, so is it positive? Is it negative? Or probably it's neutral? What do you think? Neutral, neutral. Well done. When something happens as fast as lightning, it happens very fast. Again, yeah, nothing could be positive. It depends on the situation. So both. A ray of sunshine. What about this one? Is it positive? Go down to storm. What about this word? To have a huge success. So go down to storm. I would say have positive meaning, and most of you say the same. Great. To be in a deep water. Yeah. Probably it has negative meaning, but after that, if you solve the situation, you can develop yourself. So maybe it has like delayed positive meaning. To be under the weather. This one is not good, right? If you are under the weather, you're not feeling good, you would like to stay at home probably, to sleep. Heads in the clouds. What do you think? Is it positive or negative? Positive, negative, positive. Yeah, why not? We need to dream in order to move forward. Right? Some of you think it's negative, some of you think it's positive. Yeah, so it's difficult to say, right? It's probably a very personal thing, and depending on how you see the word, you will have this connotation, this understanding of this phrase. Well done. Okay, and one more thing that I would like to try with you today, that would be our last thing. Let's check how well we remember the material from today's lesson. So let's play the game Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? There are two options. You can scan the code and play the game on your own, or we do it right now all together. We'll already tried this application as well, but anyway, I guess that there are many new participants, so it's all right to recall. So now you need your mobile phones. You need to scan the code, and you can play the game. Otherwise, you can wait for 2 more minutes, and we are going to play together. So anyway, I will do that, but you can also like try yourself without my help. Let's do it this way. I'm going to open the application. We are going to play. If you haven't had time to scan the code, please write to me, and I will turn back to this slide again. All right. You want to be a millionaire, of course. Who wouldn't? All right. So what we are doing? This is the questions. You see that we have 10 questions, and if we answer all 10 questions correctly, we can win $1 million. So if you made a mistake, don't add this sum, you will get maybe. Okay, our car was damaged by which fell during the storm. So which is the correct answer? A, B, C, or D? Some of you already wrote to me B. Let's check. Is it your final answer? This is my favorite one. Yes, correct. Now we have $500. Great, we are. Next question. The city was built on A, line, so it's not surprising that it experiences many earthquakes. A, B, C, D. Now I guess that most of you know this word. Some of you wrote to me C, some of you wrote you B. So remember which we had this in our poll, right, about the fault line. I hope. Each time I do that, I'm really nervous. But yes, that is the correct answer. And now we have $1,000. Let's go on. The plane was unable to land because the airport was in the eye of the hurricane. In the peak of the hurricane, in the head of the hurricane, in the eye of the hurricane, in the flow of the hurricane. What do you think? Okay, so lots of you wrote to me B. I will listen to you guys. Is that your final answer? Yes, and that is the correct answer. Ready for the next question? Let's try. Rob is a pleasure to work with. He is always a of sunshine. That was just the expression from our previous task, so what would you say? Lots of you write to me the answer. Okay, the answer is C, and I see some students who tried this game and who won with 0 incorrect responses. Well done, my congratulations. So we are moving on. We are going to catch you up. Well done, really great. So it means that the lesson was really effective to you. Ray of sunshine, right? Pleasure to work with. So now we have $8,000, imaginary dollars. On the Richter, the earthquake was only 4.5 on the Richter, so there wasn't much damage to property. Do you remember how we say it? Richter. Yes, some of you wrote scale, and that's right. Yes, you are right. Now, so halfway, let's move on. The area of the country is suffering from, because most of its farmland was destroyed by the recent floods. Earthquake, drought, famine, or twister. All right, I see the answer the answer C, famine. Let's check. Yes, that is the correct answer. Well done. Olga is so earth, she never pretends to be something that she isn't. In the earth, into earth, down to earth, through the earth. What would you say? And we are very close to our million. Yes, lots of you write down to earth. Let's try. Correct. Yes. Each time it's so nervous for me. Be realistic. You're always in your. You always go to your something in the clouds. Head, eyes, hair, or hands. So remember that is a fixed expression. That's why. All right. Very interesting. Some of you write. Maybe it's for the previous question. All right. I would like to try this one. Let's try ask the audience what the audience think. Well, biggest part think it's A. Let's listen to them, right? Head in the clouds. Yes, so when you're having heads in the clouds, you dream a lot. Sometimes it happens during the lessons with us. After the earthquakes, there were a series of something that also caused some damage. A, right, you are. Okay. Last one, he threw something to the wind and asked the most popular girl in the class to go bowling. Remember this expression when you do something without thinking of consequences, right? Let's try this one. What can we throw? Throw stones or cautions? What would you say? Of course, I see lots of you say cautions. Let's try. Yes, we won the game. We have now this imaginary million. Well done. It also has the music, the typical music from this program, so it's always fun to play. Okay, thank you very much. You did today a great job. Lots of you participated. But and of course, I really appreciate this. I hope that now you know some expressions, you will use them in your speech. Maybe they will help you in your future exams. And again, thank you. And for the students, I would like to say goodbye. Great job, guys, and have a good day and finish of the year. And for teachers, I have also some information about the books and about things that I would like to share with you also. So first of all, this is the close-up. This is our textbook that we use today. As you saw, all the activities were taken from there. So it doesn't give the words as just the list of the words. It always helps us to see how the words work. And that is very, I would say, precious, because we remember them much better, right? All the questions, everything was taken from the book, either from students' book, from workbook, or from additional materials, which can be found in online zone. The book has very great online zone with audio, video online for students and for teachers, and with additional texts, tests, quizzes, tape scripts, word list for teachers. The books help to prepare for exam, and also, but together with that, ask interesting questions. Like today we were discussing about this thing. You can start really great discussions on the topic using your vocabulary with those questions. For teachers, for teachers and for students, we also have the third book that is Close Up for Ukraine. It's necessary to cover the Ukrainian program, state program, so you get it for free together with your set, with student book. And you can, it's the same in the same way, but the topics are something about Ukraine, something that you will need. I'm very sorry. And another book that I used today was Critical Thinking in ELT. This is one of my favorite methodological books. I would say it's always on my table whenever whatever I do. If I prepare my own lessons, I prepare seminars with teachers, I prepare webinars, I always have a look there to find great ideas how to make usual exercises much more effective and much more interesting for students. So this is a practical book. Of course, it gives some theory, it explains why it is necessary, but it has so many exercises that will help you to transform your usual exercises into those that will develop critical thinking. I even put those quotes from a professor of Michigan, because I really used the book, because I agree like with each word in this sentence. So have a look. You will get the link if you think that your students and you are ready for this next step for making your lessons more 21st century like. I think this book is a must. So at least check it. Also, after the lesson, you will get the feedback form. I always appreciate your fair answers. Either they are positive or negative. They really help us to prepare better information for you, to prepare better lessons, better webinars. And also, I understand that if you take your time, if you spend your time on writing these feedbacks, suggesting your ideas, pointing out what you like, what you don't like, again, this is your time, and I would like to share something with you. So I will look at your feedbacks in several days. Friday or maybe next week, Monday, Tuesday maximum. And all those who left them will receive an email from me with this presentation, with all the links, with all the questions, with all the answers. So you will be able to use it with your students if you would like to. And of course, I really appreciate honest feedback. I invite you to join other webinars. Now we are all doing these online things, and we are mastering ourselves. I believe that you are with your online teaching today is not that what was 2 months ago, right? Just because we haven't usually do it, now we had to do it. So we mastered our skills lesson by lesson, and there is a perfect webinar to help you prepare really nice visualizing thing. It is very important. You see that today we had so great pictures that help us to understand the meaning of the sentences, to start the discussions. So how to use these tools, how to use infographic, mind maps, which are the most easier apps to do that. Register to the webinar, and we will and get those ideas. Don't forget to visit the official site of National Geographic Learning. They prepared to you different webinars, different lessons and suggestions, articles on online teaching, on different things with the really professional speakers and teachers. And let's keep in touch. These are my contact details. You can call me, you can write to me if you have any questions. Feel free. I will be really glad to I will be really glad to talk to you. If you are interested in any books, again, just give me a call and you will get the presentation of the course. And now I'm going to look at the questions from you, and thank you again. So many positive feedbacks from you. Thank you very much. Some people wrote that they've got problems with the keyboard, with the connection. That's bad. You will get the recordings, so you will be able to watch the lesson again. And of course, I hope that even if you didn't had so many chances to participate, you were like active. Thank you very much. Also, some of you wrote about interesting questions. They are interesting. And again, there was nothing that I made up myself. The book was a real helper for me. So everything is already done. All you need is just to start the lesson and to do it. Okay, thank you very much. If you have any questions, write to me or call me. And have a good day. And by the way, this time in your feedback emails, in your follow-up emails, you will get a registration link for the next lesson, which will be the last lesson of this demo lesson series. It is for students of 10th, 11th grade about writing. We are going to write an article. So feel free to register it there. So stay safe, and I hope to see you again in on our next events. Goodbye.